Today, the talented director Umut Aral is here with us on Quiero Verte. Thank you very much, Umut, for this interview.
Thank you very much for inviting me to your show. Hi to Argentina. Hi from Istanbul.
It's amazing how art connects people, right?
Yes, incredible. I mean, just to be a part of a show in Argentina right now, it's exciting for me.
Okay, I've gotta say I've watched the Protector and I loved the series. I couldn't stop watching it. So I really wanted to ask you when and how you started directing this series.
Oh, it's a really amazing story for me, because like the first time that I heard the news that they're gonna release a Turkish language show for Netflix in Turkey on a newspaper, I wasn't a part of the team. So I read the news and they were saying like they're gonna adapt a book which was about a young guy working in a grand bazaar with special powers and etc. And I bought the book and I read the book. Then afterwards, I started my own pitch, like my own vision, my own imagination, how I'm going to see the show and how I'm going to do a series out of it. But without knowing anyone from the production company, without knowing anyone from Netflix at all. So I was working so hard for that, and I was trying to find a contact from Netflix to present my own pitch about the show. And while I was doing it, I received a call from the producers of The Protector. They called me and they invited me to have a talk about the show. And once I was there, I had my own vision, prepared pages with images and music and everything. And they were so amazed because like they weren't expecting someone so well prepared. And then afterwards, we met with the team in Los Angeles with Netflix, and I suddenly became a part of the show and the leading director of the show at the end.
That's great. That's great. When watching the series, as I've just said, I felt that I couldn't stop watching it, and that I really admired the characteristics of the characters. I felt that I admired Zeynep for being so brave and selfless, and that I admire Hakan for being so brave as well and
So
embracing.
selfish, so selfish and stupid.
Okay, at the beginning, but then then he embraced his mission, right? In spite of that, and even the characters that made bad decisions, like Lavant, for example, I felt that I could understand them because the story is so well created and the emotions of the characters feel so real. I wanted to ask you how you worked with the actors to achieve that, to achieve this and making them feel so real.
For us, the main challenge was to convince mainly Turkish audience, because like our we Turkish people, we're not used to that kind of superhero shows that I mean just people, heroes with abilities and that kind of stuff. So it was almost the first time that we're going to do a show like this about a hero. So we said like, okay, if we're going to do this, we have to convince people. So they have to be real, okay, with the flaws, with the mistakes, with selfishness, with all the stupidness, everything. So we said from the beginning, they should be real, especially Hakan. And Hakan was a really Turkish guy. And the way, I mean, highly talented Çağatay took that character to a point that was like that. He took it for real. So he said like, what if I become a hero like this? First, I'm going to refuse everything because like it's not going to be real. I mean, he's going to react like this is not real. I mean, Zeynep and her father is con people. They're trying to con him and everything. So that was mainly the beginning point of our research for the characters. And Zeynep, is a really, really great female character that I saw throughout that kind of series. And she became a big, I mean, just hero of the show as herself. Not aside Hakan, but herself as a leading hero of the show. So, and also on Faisal's side, with Okan, and he's an amazing actor as well. We've been trying to find the real meaning of being immortal, and we wanted to make everything look realistic. Like, how come an immortal can survive blending to the population without showing himself throughout this like 600 years? Like, he started being a, I mean, just he came to the world in Ottoman times, and he stayed there until 2020. So we always ask, I mean, lots of questions about the characters to make them look real. So probably that's why, like, people sometimes they are blaming us because, like, I mean, just they are saying, like, especially on the second season, how can he's stupid? He's making big mistakes, like he's not making good decisions. But on the third season, you already see, like, he also evolved. He grew up. So he decided to be a real hero. So he decided to make good decisions. But before, like everyone else, before you make good decisions, you have to make bad decisions. You have to learn life. So that was the reason. Like, we wanted to make it real with all those flaws and all those mistakes, so people can relate to the characters. So you can also say as an audience, like, I can be Hakan or I can be Zeynep. I think that's why, like, people love those characters.
Yes, and I think it's really good to have this kind of message on a TV series, that we can all make mistakes and learn and evolve. Apart from being a really good series, and I mean, generating this of wanting to watch episode after episode, it also has this great message for the audience.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, just I saw that audience start to say, like, especially on the third season, what's going to be Hakan's biggest mistake this time. But I mean, honestly, like, I like it. Okay, so because, like, it makes the show unique. And I mean, like you said, if it was a superhero with any, I mean, just any negative sides, you know, like any problems, any contradictions, that would have been like any other shows that we are already watching right now. So I think this, I mean, apart from Istanbul, this is what makes the Protector unique. This full of flaws characters.
Yes, and can you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes? Is there any anecdote that maybe you remember for anything in particular, so that we can get to know a little bit more about this experience of creating the Protector?
Honestly, like, it was a great experience to work with Çağatay, Hazar, Okan, Funda. I mean, just all those talented people. Those actors are really A-list actors in Turkey. And I always wanted to work with them, each one of them, to have them together in one, I mean, just one series. It's an amazing chance for a director. So I mean, just we were like kind of a family throughout the shooting, and we were like having so much fun, and we were always making jokes about ourselves, jokes about the show itself. So it was, I mean, it was really hard sometimes to work because of the conditions, because of the big scenes, fight sequences, shootouts, or like, I don't know, like airplanes blowing up stuff. So, but at the same time, we were always like down to earth, like making jokes and having a good time. And I think that you can see it on the show, like everybody's enjoying being a part of the show. Um, I mean, for behind the scenes, I mean, just honestly, like, I cannot come up with a nice anecdote right now, but I can tell you that, I mean, there's going to be a hell of a season waiting for you, the fourth season. because like the third season, I mean, for those people who haven't watched it, I don't want to give spoilers, but you probably watched it all. It ended up at Ottoman time, and we went back to the ancestor, the first protector, with Hakan. So I mean, on the fourth season, there will be lots of Ottoman scenes that you're going to see, and lots of questions are going to be revealed, and new characters are going to join in. The old characters are going to go on, and I mean, I've been receiving lots of questions and critics about Hakan and Zeynep love. What's going to happen to them? I mean, I can say to the audience, wait for it, okay? Wait for it.
Okay, yes, we are really looking forward to the fourth season. And I also wanted to ask you, what is it like to work on Netflix? I mean, you've done TV commercials, documentaries, music videos, and the list continues. You've got plenty of experience in storytelling. What is it like to work for Netflix? Is it different from working on other platforms? What is it like?
I mean, I always considered myself as a storyteller. So, I mean, in any medium like commercials, short films, music videos, or TV series, I always try to dig into find a nice story to tell and a nice way to tell to people. So working for Netflix is an amazing experience, honestly. And they came up with a great offer to me because like I love the story of the Protector. And I was raised with comic books. I'm a big fan of genre movie, action, superheroes, that kind of stuff. And it was a first for Turkish movie sector as well to do such kind of show. So I was really amazed to be working with such experienced and talented people in Netflix side and also in Turkish side as well, because like in Turkey, we had really experienced, really A-list people working as a part of the team. I mean, starting from the producer to to the makeup, to the art department, to the camera and sound, everyone was really selected. Netflix is a huge studio operating, I mean, almost all over the world, and they are producing great shows, which I'm also a fan of watching. So working with them, I learned a lot. Because like we've been working with executives from LA, from Europe, um, together with the Turkish people, Turkish executives. So it's been a great learning stage for me. I learned a lot throughout the process, how big studios are taking care of like their own series, how they are developing. And I think that I gave a lot to the project as well. That's why I'm still there on the fourth season. And I'm really happy to be part of this journey of the Protector.
Yes, and thanks to Netflix and The Protector, for example, such as other amazing stories, we get to learn a lot about other cultures. Uh, I mean, at least for me, it was amazing to see, for example, Istanbul in The Protector and learn a lot about a different culture. And you've worked with people who speak different languages and who are from different places of the world. And what can you tell us from that experience, from having this opportunity to create and share art with different cultures?
First of all, let me tell you about Istanbul a little bit. Since the beginning of the show, since we started the preparation of the Protector, the main idea is to make Istanbul one of the characters of the show. So it wasn't like a like a background for the show, but it should be a part of the show. So we tried to show the best, I mean, uh, not the best parts, but the best way of showing Istanbul. I mean, just we showed the dirty parts, dirty streets, dark streets, but at the same time, fancy locations, rich locations, historical locations, mosques, and everything. So, and I think it worked because, like, yeah, I mean, we all need people, as people of the world, need connections, and art is a great way of communicating with people and showing and sharing your culture. So we tried our best to show the people of the world how we are living in a world, like how is Istanbul, how people are living and how they are reacting to life there. And as I told you in the beginning, we try to make it as real as possible. So once you come to Istanbul, you can probably say like, oh, this is how I saw in Protector. This is exactly like this. We never try to, I mean, just embellish it or show it in a better way or more, I don't know, more modern or different or more oriental, but we kept it real. And I think that it's working a lot. And apart from working with international crews, I already work in commercial business as well with lots of international crews. And honestly, like, I mean, there's no end to learn. And I always think that I'm a student throughout my life, and I'm keep on learning. So working with international people, I mean, learning lots of other cultural stuff or just traditions, and even the reactions is a great experience. So I'm really happy to be a part of this kind of the international show, and also having, I mean, lots of fans throughout the world. I mean, I'm sure that we have lots of fans in Argentina, in South America, in even North America, in Canada, in United States. I'm receiving lots of great comments. In Europe, in Africa, in Australia. I'm just, I would never ever imagine to have to be able to share my work with the whole world. So thanks to Netflix, I mean, just they're always trying to share the different cultures, like you said, the different stories from different parts of the world.
Yes, and as you were saying, that you feel that you continue learning, you also help other people learn. You also work in education, and I would really like to ask you about that.
Yeah, I'm a chair member of an educational foundation. It's called Mithat Alam Educational Foundation. It's been founded 13 years ago, and since then we have grants. We've given grants to students, Turkish students, who wants to study cinema and movies in international schools and even Turkish schools. And I mean, I'm really happy to be a part of that organization because as I told you, like, still a student, so I can understand, like, I mean, just when a student comes to me and ask me questions. So I'm really happy to just share my experience. I mean, through the foundation, through my work, and through that kind of interviews that I have a chance of right now, because I'm also like, I don't know, like, if someone right now thinking that I mean, think of submitting a show to Netflix, for example, of if there is a young guy or a lady, a girl watching my interview right now, and he or she is thinking, oh, I saw that thing in the about Netflix, maybe I can find the book and read like Umut did, and I mean, just try out to reach some people from Netflix. That would be great for me, because like I think that I mean, just we're not standing in the world forever, so we have to share our knowledge and experience, and let the young generations make it a better world, hopefully.
Yes, we really like asking our guests on our show about their vocation. As you were saying right now, it's beautiful when we find what we love, and we work to achieve it. And that way, we really think that we can find real happiness and also make other people happy too we can, for example, as you were saying before, give a great message through a TV series, for example. We can make the world a better place doing what we love, right?
Definitely.
How did you discover that you have this passion for filmmaking?
How it started like when I was like 4 or 5 years old. My mother is a young mother. Like she got so bored at home sometimes, and she loved movies, and she used to take me to cinema. But I mean, there wasn't any kids movies that time when I was young, and she used to take me to movies for adults, like I mean, just the big Hollywood movies and stuff. So, as a young kid, I was so amazed and frightened a bit also about movies. Then afterwards, I started to, I mean, just to understand like how to make movies, because like I was amazed with the things that I saw in the big screen when I was really young. Then when I was like 13 years old, my father just came back home with a camera. And then afterwards, I took that camera and started shooting like short movies with my friends. I have some toy cars, and I was just playing with my toy cars, but shooting them at the same time, creating some car chases and funny actions stories. And I mean, just I was having fun. Still, I'm having fun. I love to be on set. If I cannot make it to the set, I mean, just if I cannot find myself a production, I go to my friend's set to help them, because like I like to be in interaction with the actors, with the crew, and I think like I mean, as directors, we're also some. I mean, aside being a storyteller, we are problem solvers, because like it's a really complicated job to direct a crew with 100 people, with all those machineries, technical equipment, cameras, lights, and everything, and extras. Can you imagine, for example, the opening sequence of the third season, where there's a virus going on, like really we're experiencing right now throughout the world. We had like 300 extras and ambulances, cars, trucks, and people. I mean, just you have to organize something, and as a director, you have to be there, solve all those problems. So so I like it. I mean, just that's why I like it, because like when there's a problem, I'm there to solve it. So this is what I like about my job, and also to share your views, to share your work with the audience is also amazing. To have some reactions, even the bad reactions, honestly. I mean, just I heard a lot of people who didn't like The Protector as well, because like aside from the people who loved The Protector, there are some people who didn't like it, which is, I mean, just can happen to all the art pieces, you know. So, but you have also some stuff to learn about them, like why they don't like it. I mean, what do they like normally? Is there something that I can improve within the show? Because you have to listen to them as well. So this is what I like about my job, and I couldn't even. I mean, just I cannot imagine myself doing something else apart from being a director. Telling stories to people, making them laugh, making them cry, or loving some characters. That's what I enjoy in life.
Yes, when listening to you, we can certainly tell that you really love what you do, and we really thank you for this interview, because especially during this time, art is really important. I think it's essential. It reaches our hearts in a way that maybe no other thing does. So we really thank you for this interview. Now it's me doing the interview, but we are a team, and all of us here in Argentina really liked The Protector. So we really invite all our audience to watch the series. And well, Thank you very much, Umut, for your time and for speaking to us today.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me for this interview. And I mean, thank you all the fans from Argentina, all the people who watched The Protector and who is waiting for the 4th season. And I mean, just maybe we should do like in the real set, we should say like cut for the end of the interview.
That's great. I love it. I love it.
This is the real clapper that we used while shooting The Protector.
Excellent. The real one, people, the real one. Yes, I love it. So
yes, the real
thank you very much. And let's finish the interview with that, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I mean, just I'm also a part of the team. I'm representing the team who made The Protector came to life, and I mean, I thank you all for them as well because they're a great team, and I love working with them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.